Hello everybody and welcome to week 4 of the Academic English 20C online class. So we are in week 4 now, and week 4 is conference week. So you guys have all signed up for conferences. Well, most of you have. These people here either have not signed up or did not attend, so please contact me as soon as possible to fix a conference time. If you miss a conference, the conferences are mandatory. That is 5% of your total grade. So you need to sign up for these. During the conferences, we will talk about your paper 1, draft 1, and we'll discuss your progress over the last 4 weeks. When you are starting the conference, it's on Skype. You guys can look me up at Spencer Paul J. Many of you have already done this. Please do not use your cell phone to contact me. Okay. I've had too many very shaky conference calls with students as they're walking down the street. These are unacceptable. I need you to be on a laptop or a tablet in a quiet place. And make sure that if you are back home and you're not in California, that you've worked out the time. Okay, all the times that I give are in California time. And the conferences should be 20 minutes to half an hour. Okay, week 4, let's see what we have. Paper 1, draft 2. There's also a peer review, which is due in. Quotation and citation is what we're going to look at content-wise. Quiz 4, which is tenses. Tenses are quite hard. Many people still make mistakes with them, so we're going to do a little bit of work on them. And we have our 3rd article. So we've done 3 videos and 3 articles so far. This one is from the Harvard Business Review, and it is Why Don't We Act in Our Own Best Interest? Okay. We also have the midterm next week, okay, so next Monday is going to be the midterm. Just to give you a little bit of information about that, it's going to be 1 hour long, 45 minutes of writing and 15 minutes of editing, hopefully. It will be on a related topic, so if you revise the vocabulary that we've looked at so far, you'll be well prepared. Grammar as well. I've given you some grammar feedback. Please take that into account and have those mistakes in mind when you are writing. Other things that we'll look at, definitely revise citation. We're going to do that this week. How to write an introduction and a thesis, topic sentences, all of these will be very important to your midterm grade. Okay, paper 1, draft 2. Little bit of feedback for you. So content-wise, the draft ones were a little bit weak, okay, and one of the main reasons for this were the sources that were used. Many people used outside sources or they used their own experience as sources, and we kind of have to use the sources that were given to us, and these are the videos. Many of you quoted from the video, that's fine. You can also use the articles. I wanted to see more from the articles, really. We've done 3 articles so far, and Dining Hall Carrots, the neurological pleasures of fast fashion, and the one this week, which is Why Don't We Act in Our Own Best Interest. I need you to use quotes from at least one of these articles. Okay? The reason for this is I want to see that you can quote and cite properly. It's a very important skill to have, one of the most important before you leave 20C. Paper 1, draft 2 should be mostly about, the content should be good by the time you hand this in, and most of the feedback will be grammar feedback. If you're still changing content by the final draft, that can be problematic. We also have a peer review to do as well. I'll show you how to access that a little later. So, you had a little annotation exercise last week on the neurological pleasures of fast fashion. This week's article is Why don't we act in our own best interest? And I'd like you to annotate it, okay, in the same way some of you did for the previous one. So for example, okay, we can see from the first sentence here, at the World Economic Forum last week, I attended a small dinner that included 8 Nobel Prize winners. What a privilege in itself. The tone is casual. He's talking about his personal experience. That might be something that you can comment on. Not so academic. You might comment on the 8 Nobel Prize winners. Wow, that would be great. Imagine sitting down to dinner with 8 Nobel Prize winners. In the next section, laureate is mentioned. Maybe you don't know what a laureate is. Well, it's someone who's won a Nobel Prize. In this way, you can explain some of the vocabulary if you don't know it. Other comments such as, this sounds like fun, this sounds like something that would be interesting to do, are fine. You're commenting on the text, you're engaging with the text. Moving on, the article will discuss problems. Okay, so these Nobel Prize winners, these very intelligent people, are discussing the problems in the world with overpopulation, unemployment, the environment, inequality. These could be said to be problems of sustainability, okay, which is our topic. So you might underline that, you might comment on it. Can we link this to sustainability? How might that happen? Maybe another word comes up, denominator. You have to explain that it means if something is a common denominator, it's shared by everybody. Everybody has it in common. And overall, the theme seems to be, why are these problems getting worse? So this is how you would annotate a text. And I'd like you all to annotate this text. The reason I want you to do it is because as you read, you're active, you're engaging with the text, you'll get more out of it. If reading is passive, you might not get so much out of it. Okay, let's move out of that and into this week. So we have week 4 for you here. Again, sign up for the Skype conferences here. We have tenses presentations, and we've done these 3 presentations. Make sure that you have read them by draft 2. Paper 1 draft 2 is due in on Wednesday. We have some tense activities over here, and then some activities associated with the article. On Wednesday, we move on to quotation citation. Please make sure that you have used at least 2 quotes in your paper, in your draft 2. Okay, there's some practice with quoting and citation. There's a quiz and a little exercise, and then, of course, like every week, there's grammar to do. There's a grammar quiz at the end of the week. Midterm preparation, you can go through this PowerPoint. You can follow the advice that I gave you earlier. Go over the vocabulary, go over your grammar. These would be excellent preparation as well for the midterm. Know how to quote properly, know how to write a topic sentence, have some ideas about how to write a thesis statement. All of them would work well. When you do click into Paper 1 Draft 2, you will see something along these lines. Okay, so again, you click into it, you scroll down, and you might be confronted with something like this. This is what I see. Okay, so I see that this person has checked already, and if I want to see the feedback, I click on the blue pencil. Okay, once that comes up, you have all of these tabs. Okay, if you want more information on the tabs, just click on the tab itself. Okay, you'll find a little presentation. You might find some activities, some information on verb form. You'll also find an explanation for what you've done incorrect. So make sure to click on the tabs, particularly if you don't know what the tab means. Okay, don't just go, oh, I don't know what NUM means. Click on it, it'll tell you. And it might even give you some help as well. So you can also click on, I've obviously given some comments all the way down, but you can also click on this, which is the rubric. And if you click on the rubric, it'll break down what your score might be. So what did you get for content? This person's organization was a little off. You might need a better thesis statement or topic sentences. The language, there were some problems with the language. You could see the many blue tabs, so that will have to be a little bit better. And he's quoted quite well. Okay, so all of them are out of 5. If you want more information about, what score you're going to get, you can find it there. Okay. So moving back, this week just work your way down through the page as usual. You may also find peer review. Okay, for peer review, what you'll have to do is just at the top when you scroll down, you'll see a section that should have peer mark. Okay, it's different for me because I'm an instructor, but click on peer mark and click on write a review, and you'll be able to write a review of another person's paper 1 draft 2. Okay, there are questions for you to address. If you do this, you'll be given points in the final draft. Okay, 10% of the final draft goes for editing, log, and peer review, so make sure that it's done. Okay. All right, if you have any questions about it, please let me know. I will be happy to give you further instruction, and I look forward to meeting you all, often for the first time, over Skype. Okay, so sign up for those conferences. Make sure that you are on time. Okay, have a great week. Any problems, just let me know, and I will be in touch.